Let's talk about the dead. Have you ever had that feeling that someone's watching you, but then you look and there's no one there? Or just have you ever felt a presence? Or just you saw something that reminded you of somebody who passed and you thought to yourself, maybe they were trying to send you a sign. Well, my friends, they probably were. So welcome to my channel. My name is Shannon. I'm a medium and a channeler. In this video, I'm going to cover 3 points meant to help you not only activate your psychic powers and tune into your spiritual guidance, your higher self, your spirit guides, whomever it is you feel is helping you on the other side, and your departed loved ones possibly. Have you ever wondered, is that sign you saw from the one that you are thinking it's from? And is there possibly a way to block someone that you don't want coming into your energy field? And I'm going to talk about that in this video today. The first point I want to talk about is, where are the dead? So as a medium, I've had a lot of communications with them. I'm going to talk to you about what are they perceiving, what they have told me about what it's like over there. What are they doing? Where are they? The second point I want to talk about is if your higher self, your guides, and or those on the other side can see us. Do they know about us? Do they still see us? Do they communicate with us? Do they care about us over here? Do they miss us? I'm going to talk about that. The most important one, really, I'm going to talk to you about how to tune in to yourself, to the frequency that you need to be able to communicate and to receive communication from the other side. If you think about it like this, we are in a deep game of reality right now. Many layers in. It's as if we are in the center of an onion. And this is the deepest, densest part of our existence that we're living here in planet Earth. And we have our game that we came to play to expand our soul. That's the whole purpose. But we actually had to move through layers of reality from where we were to be able to incarnate on this earth. And it's the same when you pass away. It's the same thing. There are layers of reality that you have to move out of. So you don't go automatically from a state of who you are to a completely enlightened being where you see and know all things. That's not what happens. What happens actually is you move into another layer of reality that's just outside of ours. It's literally one layer away. And there's some that actually get stuck in this layer. We call these people ghosts. Any energy that's stuck in the layer just outside of our physical existence is where the people who come here to Earth and they maybe just have something they're very attached to. They don't want to leave the life. There's been several times where I've encountered spirits where I've actually told them that they're dead. It's more like I've confirmed for them that they're dead. I've validated it. And then they knew that for sure they were dead. They suspected something was up. And it's because it's almost as if it's a lucid dream in that state where you know you're not with the body, but you're not exactly sure what's going on. And if you're very attached to people or places or things or something you feel you need to do, this is where people have all sorts of emotions that are still tied up in the earthly plane and they don't want to leave. There are entities in that layer that are there to help them, and their spirit guides are still with them. It's just that for some, it just takes a minute to adjust on the way out. And there's various things they're doing in that first layer. You may have heard of a life review, for example. They get to see what their life was like from a deeper perspective. Everyone in the scene, everybody's thoughts and feelings, they get to see that. But again, that doesn't mean you're automatically enlightened. Imagine if you were able to see such a scene that you participated in. You absolutely would have a higher awareness of things, but you still have to learn it as a soul. You're conferring with your soul council, you're conferring with your spirit guides, and also maybe you're just healing. There's definitely healing places on the other side, in the other dimensions. I personally have been to where my ancestors gather to heal. And what I was told by my ancestors is that they've co-created that place within that first layer to essentially catch any one of us that are coming through and needs to be healed. And there's healing that's done there. There's healing, there's inner child healing, there's soul healing, deep, deep soul healing that's done within the family even. The soul unit, it's the soul contracts that are all kind of still in existence within that first layer. And just to be clear, you're still in your earth game when you're in that first layer. You still think you're that person. You're still coming out of the body, so you still think you're that one rather than your higher self, the pure energy that you actually are. As you layer out of reality, you are able to become a higher being. We get stuck in the lower layers and we go to our places to heal or review, and we're told we need to come back and do another one. Or maybe it's our idea to come back and do another one. And maybe we've gone a few layers out where we have a little bit higher awareness of what's happening, but we're still within the game there. And we still haven't gotten to the point where we're at like samadhi, where we don't have to come back. Okay, so point number 2, the dead can see and communicate with us. When I say that they can see us, they can, but it's not as if they're just like hanging around our living room waiting to be talked to and then they pop up. And they're not waiting around for us. They're doing all of those things I just described. They're really trying to transmute their soul. They're trying to learn. Maybe they're choosing their next lifetime. They're working through all of the things that they just experienced in this life. They can see us, but essentially they're going to only come to us when we call out to them. Or maybe there's something they know about that they're trying to alert us or tell us about. Or you could have a situation where someone like me, a medium, shows up because they know I can hear and see them. They're just, it's like I'm a light bulb and they just come over to me. All different types of beings and entities of all kinds have I experienced at this point. How they go about communicating with us is going to be like sending us something that we know about, only we know about. And so you maybe have had that moment where suddenly like the butterfly comes and like lands on you. A song comes on the radio that makes you think of this person, or just suddenly you have a very strong feeling about this person. Maybe you see their picture, something shows up about them, and you know that that's them maybe trying to contact you. They have something maybe they're trying to work out with you on the other side. Maybe there's some karma and they're thinking of you, and it's almost the same way. It's because it's instant manifestation over there in that dimension. Time does not exist in the same way. So when you have instant manifestation, if they're thinking of you, suddenly they might end up in your space. Now, can you talk to them? Absolutely, you can talk to them. And that really goes to my point number 3, which is really how to go about communicating with the dead. Now, there are those who have more just of a natural, I was going to say talent, but it's not even that. It's literally earned through lifetimes. I am also existing in other times, in other timelines, in other places, somewhere. I'm sitting in a cave, meditating. Seems like I naturally have a gift. It's just easier for me to tune in and connect to the universe, but it's not so much that. It's just that I'm doing that in a bunch of my timelines, and a bunch of the fractals of me. We're all doing it together, and no progress forward is ever wasted. So any progress any of the fractals of my being makes, I also make. So therefore, any movement forward I make in this earthly existence metaphysically moves me forward even faster. So when I think about how to communicate, it really ends up coming to being able to tune into the heart space, because that's how they manifest us. And that's how actually spirit communicates with us, is through feeling, through emotion. Energy in motion, emotion. That's how they communicate, because we are energy and they are energy. And yes, we are in a dense human body right now, and that's why it seems like we are separate from them, because they don't have that human physical material body, but they still exist and they still feel. So when they are sending us feelings of love, we can feel them, and it's the same. How I do it is I tune into my heart and I feel them. And that's really what it is. I think about them, I feel them, I try to picture them as clear as I possibly can. And I talk to them. I have a conversation with them. You can't imagine. That's not you imagining or making up the feeling of love that you're feeling from this being that you're communicating with. That's not something you're making up. That is true emotion, their heart to your heart that still exists. So I tune in like that and I just think about them and I talk to them and they talk to me and I ask for signs and I ask them to show themselves to me, and they do over and over, and they will for you too. In the beginning, I started out by asking you, have you ever felt that feeling, somebody staring at you, and you look and there's no one there? Well, let's say that's a negative feeling you're getting. You can absolutely block that. How I do it, I shut the door on them and I do not allow them into my space. I energetically walk away and I do not expand it anymore. I don't linger on the thought. I walk away. In fact, I have a crazy little thing that I do instead where I replace any negative thought I'm having with something silly, something that makes me laugh. I'm currently using this video here, which really cracks me up. Anytime I get a thought I don't like, I just have my dog pee on it. I know, that's terrible, but that's actually what I do because I don't want it. So I just make myself laugh. And I love my dog so much. She's just a beautiful, like, little angel on earth. My dog kicks some dirt on it and I don't think about it anymore. And that's one way to just address it. I also will picture golden light around my body. If you've ever pictured, like, you know, the glass cover you put over a cake, I'll do that. I'll just put a giant cover over myself. And then I'll just say, you are not welcome. Get out of my energy, get out of my space. You're not welcome here. And I don't talk to them anymore and I don't let them in. You have the power to actually stop that. You are more powerful in this plane than they are. They don't have a human body. You do. I mean, the main thing really is to just trust yourself, trust the feelings that you're having. And the more you lean into that, the easier it is to hear from spirit, the easier it is to really tune in and tap into your intuition and just feel like you can flow with the universe. Just flow with the energy as it comes to you. And the anxiety and the worry and the fear of the future begins to just float away on you. You stop having it because you know that there's a higher power that's guiding your life. There's a plan for your life, and you are here on a mission to expand. So go experience life, go experience things, and don't be afraid to tap into the universe. There's so much wisdom there waiting for us. Thank you so much for listening. If this video has helped you in any way, I would love if you would hit that like button. Give me a comment if there's anything I said that resonated with you. Comment where you're tuning in from. I would love to know that as well. Thank you so much for listening. I'll see you next time.